I walked along the deserted street, my footsteps echoing through the silence of the night. The flickering streetlights cast eerie shadows on the pavement, making the whole scene feel surreal. It was a familiar neighborhood, but tonight something felt different, something sinister. As I passed the old Victorian house, a chill ran down my spine. The house had stood vacant for years, and the stories surrounding it were nothing short of nightmarish. They said it was haunted, that the spirits of the deceased owners still lingered within its decaying walls. Curiosity gnawed at me, compelling me to approach the house. Its peeling paint and broken windows made it appear even more menacing under the moonlight. I hesitated for a moment, contemplating the consequences of my action, but the desire to uncover the truth overpowered my fears. I pushed open the rusty gate, which creaked in protest, and made my way up the overgrown pathway. Each step felt heavier than the last, as if an invisible force tried to dissuade me from proceeding. Ignoring the unease in my gut, I reached the front porch and reached for the doorknob. The door swung open with a deafening screech, sending shivers down my spine. I stepped inside, my heart pounding in my chest. The air was thick with dust, and an eerie silence enveloped the house. I could hear the faint sound of my own breathing, amplified by the emptiness around me. I moved cautiously through the dimly lit hallway, my senses on high alert. The walls seemed to whisper secrets, and the floorboards groaned under my weight. The further I ventured into the house, the more I felt an invisible presence watching my every move. A sudden noise echoed from upstairs, jolting me out of my thoughts. It sounded like footsteps, slow and deliberate. Fear gripped my heart, but my curiosity urged me to investigate. I climbed the stairs, each step amplifying the dread building within me. The upper floor was cloaked in darkness, save for a faint glow emanating from a room at the end of the hallway. As I approached, the glow intensified, casting an ethereal light around the entrance. I pushed the door open and entered, only to freeze in terror. The room was filled with an array of bizarre artifacts. Tattered books, dusty photographs, and strange symbols etched into the walls. In the center of the room stood a small, ornate chest. Its intricate carving seemed to beckon me closer. Something warned me of the danger that lay within. Ignoring my instincts, I reached for the chest, and as soon as my fingers brushed its surface, a jolt of electricity surged through me. The room came alive with a cacophony of voices, moans, and anguished cries. The walls seemed to close in, the symbols glowing with an otherworldly light. I tried to release my grip on the chest, but it clung to me like a vise, refusing to let go. Panic consumed me as the room spun and twisted, morphing into a nightmarish realm. Shadows danced around me, whispering horrors into my ears. I screamed, but my voice was drowned out by the chaos. And then, as suddenly as it had begun, everything fell silent. I found myself back on the street, the haunted house standing ominously behind me. The chest was gone, and the night was calm, as if nothing had happened. But the weight of the experience lingered, a traumatic memory etched into my soul. As I made my way home, I couldn't shake off the feeling that something had followed me. Every creak, every gust of wind sent shivers down my spine. I tried to convince myself that it was all in my imagination, that the events of that night were nothing more than a vivid dream. But as I turned the corner onto my street, I noticed a figure standing in the distance. A figure cloaked in darkness. My heart raced as I quickened my pace, desperate to escape its presence. But no matter how fast I ran, the figure remained just a few steps behind me. I reached my front door, fumbling with the keys in a state of panic. Finally, I managed to unlock the door and stepped inside, slamming it shut behind me. I leaned against the door, trying to catch my breath, when I heard a soft whisper from the other side. "Welcome home." The voice sent chills down my spine. I stumbled back, my mind flooded with terror. The figure had followed me, and now it was inside my house. I realized then that the horrors of that night were far from over, and the hollow street I had walked upon was just the beginning of an unimaginable nightmare.